Hello, I'm Maggie Reilly. I'm the Curator of Zoology at the Hunterian Museum at the University of Glasgow, and I look after a large and wide-ranging zoology collection, everything from protozoa to mammals. And today we're here in the wet or spirit store of the Hunterian Museum Zoology collection, and that's where we have all the material that we preserve wet in jars, and that again can be everything from protozoa to mammal parts. We're currently in the Graham Kerr building in our old wet store, and as we'll find out later on, we have big plans for the collection here. Today we are working on the wet collection here in the old store. We are preparing it for its move to new facilities at the Kelvin Hall, and there's quite a lot of work to do here. There are several thousand jars in this store containing many thousands of specimens. Any one jar can have one thing in it, or if it's very small, probably hundreds and hundreds of things. In any event, they all need attention before they move. We need to check that the jars are good, they're not broken, the lids aren't broken, that the fluid's good in them, and very importantly, we have to make sure they're properly documented into the museum's so-called collection management system or computer catalogue, and that's what we're engaged in here today. So working with my student Bella, we are both, Bella is largely dealing with the computerisation bit of it, and I'm dealing with the conservation and maintenance part, but we're both doing bits of both jobs. So we have a lot to get through. It's very satisfying work when we do it. It brings a deep joy to a curator's heart to be able to make sure the specimens are in good order, but it's an essential job because we have to be able to carefully pack all of these specimens and move them down the road to the Kelvin Hall and track them while when we move them, and then be able to place them into their new store in the correct order. We will be moving from this overcrowded store, very obviously, to here, to this lovely new wet store. I think it's immediately obvious that we have a lot more room and this new sort of modern grade shelving to use. So what we're working on really is both preparing the collection in the old store and then sort of mapping it into suitable spaces here in a more logical and taxonomic sequence fashion. And we have a lot more space to work in this room, plus an integrated fume cupboard, which makes servicing the collections in the future much easier. So we're really pleased about that. There'll really be a room to sort of circulate in here. So we're looking forward to the point where we can actually install the collections in here and have our pickled bits and bobs, as some people put it, lined up in a pleasing and organised fashion.
My name's Jeanne and I am the Curator of Entomology at the Hunterian Museum. I have responsibility for the largest number of objects in the Hunterian collection, and they were also the first of our objects to move to Kelvin Hall in its entirety. And it's lovely to have them all together in excellent conditions. We did get some extra storage space in the roller racking behind us. It's quite a challenging collection to move because the objects are quite delicate, but they are all now here in one piece. We've like to come along. So as Maggie mentioned, the exciting thing is that they are all in order and accessible and ready to be studied and enjoyed and compared and researched in their entirety. So, the most challenging aspect to move were our very valuable historical collections, and I can show you a sample of those down here. So in addition to vast amounts of Victorian material and modern research and field collections, one of the most special things about the Hunterian's insect collections is its 18th century insects. And this was certainly the most stressful to move. So we have over 8,000 insects that were collected from the before the 18th century, in the middle of the 18th century and before. This was a collection that was put together by our founder, William Hunter. It includes insect specimens from all around the globe, including Australia, where Captain Cook took Joseph Banks for his explorations, and here's a wonderful draw of bees. And Hunter's legacy and his care for his collections was so exemplary that they're still in pristine condition, and actually in far better order than a lot of comparable 18th century insect collections. The stuff that's come back from Captain Cook's first voyages is there's just something about that legacy, isn't there?
So this is the part of the vertebrate part of the collection, i.e. the fish, amphibians, reptiles, birds and mammals, and we're in the area where we are storing the bird and mammal specimens, and we have bird and mammal mounts to either side there on the top, and in the drawers we have the study skins, or the so-called flat skins, study skins, cabinet skins. They have a number of names. So if I take one out to show you, so this is, obviously it doesn't look like a little bird sitting on a perch, but if a scientist is looking at this kind of thing, they can get all the information from it that they need, and it's much more efficient storing flat skins like this. So as part of the decant process, we are putting the bird skins into their new storage, which are these great drawers, and we can really lay them out very well. They have plenty of space, we can really see them. They're protected from pollution and pests and all the rest of it. So it's really fine storage for the collection and makes them much more accessible and available. So we've processed a few thousand birds to date, and we probably have another 1,000 or so to go, but we're making good progress, so we're very pleased with ourselves on that. And they are beautiful things, I think, as this drawer demonstrates, with that these particular tropical birds are rather beautiful, bright sort of colours, so there's a kind of aesthetic pleasure in doing the job as well. This is the Kelvin Hall Study Centre teaching lab. It's around 45-50 person capacity, and it's available for any teaching with museum objects, so arts or sciences, whatever kind of class people are doing. We have this space available. We can bring collections in here, and you can run a class. It's fully kitted out with audiovisual services, and soon we are also going to enhance its usability with new microscopes, so it's available for teaching with objects use.